my name's Laura. I'm 16 and I've had asthma since I was 2. One of the things I really like is getting my asthma script online. When I was younger, it always had to be done face to face, and there wasn't really an option to do it online. But now that I can, it's a lot more efficient, less time consuming for both myself, my GP, and my family. A negative thing that happened to me took place in year 7. It was in a classroom with no open windows. My locker was in that classroom, and it was only no adults were present. It was only me, a friend, and a boy. As I was getting my stuff from next class, from my locker in that classroom, he proceeded to spray antiperspirant on himself for about 30 seconds. It was really unnecessary. I told him to stop. He didn't. I ended up having 2 asthma attacks. I don't even think he realized I did, but I ended up running to the bathroom in panic. I hadn't had anything like this kind of happen before, and I ended up just kind of wheezing, coughing, just until the end of recess. I couldn't go to the sick bay. It was too far away, and at that time, I didn't even think to have my Ventolin on me. When my friends brought, when we got back to class, I was still coughing a bit, but overall I had recovered. When we went back to class, my friend did bring it up to the teacher. The boy did get a consequence, but it was that momentary lack of supervision from an adult that was a huge issue for me. Due to that happening, I do wish there was a ban on antiperspirants, spray on deodorants, perfume, as that does trigger my asthma, and whenever I do smell antiperspirant, I do need to leave the room and wait for it to evaporate. Before high school, I didn't even know that was a trigger, and I'm pretty sure similar stuff would have happened to other kids where they don't know their triggers, and they do end up finding out, but it's not the best way. So I wish they could also be, I wish I knew before that there was a trigger, so I could have been more wary of it. I don't have access to my Ventolin I didn't have access to my Ventolin throughout the day in year 7, as it was in a locker, locked in a classroom. I was a lot better off having it with me all day, and I would recommend every kid with asthma have a Ventolin on them all day long, as you don't know when you'll need it. And as with my school, the sick bay was too far from the classrooms. I would never be able to go there to get the Ventolin if I did need it. It might be an idea as well to have all PE teachers carry a spare Ventolin and spacer, but then they would have to check a list every time a student asked for it, and to make sure they do have permission, and parents would have to be notified every time a Ventolin is administered. With my age group especially, the use of spacers is almost non-existent. Some of my friends don't know what it is, or they just don't know how to use it. I personally do use it. My friends see it as pointless. I wish there was more awareness around spacers, and that people knew they are in fact a better practice than if you were to just inhale straight from the puffer. A problem that I had in primary school was with the asthma plan that had to be provided to the school each new school year. My asthma plan didn't change for about 8 years, and I had to get a new one before going back to school each year. I wish there was some way I could have said, no, my asthma plan is the same. I don't need to get a new one. You still have it. But you always just had to go through the same process of getting a new asthma plan at the GP, and it just wasn't worth it.